Hi, if you're new here, I'm Kaniti, and if you're already watching this channel, welcome back. Today we are going to watch 15th episode of second season of Anime to Your Eternity, so let's get to it, let's go. Oh, I'm so happy, okay, this is going to be like super dramatic. Observer. Nobody's using the word I'm using. That was an interesting moment. It's such a pretty one too. It looked so cute. Like, is she going to wake up as March? It felt like it. It felt not like it does also, like, when he becomes a copy. Does he keep his eye color? I felt like there was something like that, right? But maybe I'm not actually quite sure right now. Here the eyes do change. It just felt like it was implied that it's not just Fushi transferring himself into this body right now, but it's actually March coming back to life, like I was saying in the end of the previous episode, right? Like that other girl was revived that Fushi has no idea about, right? So yeah, that was an interesting moment there. And yeah, in the beginning I also mentioned, like, here the creator was called Observer, and Bonchan calls him like just something like black guy. I already forgot. And yeah, I'm the only one who calls him the creator. Yes, but because he created the orb, I feel like he probably created the Earth in my head canon, at least so far, right? So I feel like this is. Oh, maybe that was Echo. I was like, who's this girl in the opening? Because you can only see blonde hair, but now I think that must be Echo. The self worn down. Okay, let's calm down and watch. Self worn down. Fushi is worn down after all of that. Yeah, because he would feel the black visual effect. So I was right. It is March. She's like, oh, I'm alive again. But wow. Nice idea. What is that? Knockers have like full on. What the heck? They never did anything like that before. That's crazy. Trebuchets, thank you. I wanted to say weapons of war. Hmm, that's helpful. Hmm. If he is also like setting roots and working with roots, knockers are kind of similar. No, I'm sure there is something. Stay vigilant. What if there are more of them? What if they have some other plans? And he is super exhausted now. The self worn out. Oh, he created a chair for himself. Reminds me of the very first episode. The guy that was watering the flowers. He only asked about a mother, I think. It translated parents. That's immediately to my house. I mean, okay, while you're looking for parents, I guess she could be. I would try to go around and look for parents. 6 hours. Mm-hmm. No, it's like the knockers affecting the water. Wait, can the spirits fart even? Um. So he did notice that her spirit has disappeared. Yeah, there was a bit talk about like waterways, so. That was the plan. So it really is like poison. They're getting smarter and smarter. Yeah, he didn't have any rest time before battle, even. 59? What are abrasives? Is this to clean the water? Oh. So to create water weapons? I'm sorry, I don't know what abrasives are. Don't have time to search it right now. Oh. Oh. Oh, she also got her helmet, by the way. I just had a crazy thought because I'm still thinking about March. What if by the end he kind of merges with the Earth as the orb and sheds all the other like copies of himself, and all these people are revived? And I'm thinking like the boy, the nameless boy from the very first episode, gets revived, and his dream was, I think, also like to see the world and stuff. Can't imagine his reaction. Mm-hmm. Rebuilding mountains is a pretty mountainous task. I would think it is her brother. If I. Well, that's not bad. I guess to wash it all down. Did she disappear? Oh, she could at least eat something. Maybe she's trying to find Fushi. Ah, that's the girl he likes. That's why his reaction so. Well, walk can be slow. That is true. Oh, he has a nosebleed. Again, probably because of how worn out he is. Yes, and this expression set roots, and this even shows as roots, right? This is so similar in some ways to knockers. Those there, I feel like some other similarities, like they're similar in a way, but like what is the way to say it? The opposites at the same time, like a protagonist and antagonist in a very like light entity and dark entity, but the same kind of entity in a way, right? Oh my gosh, it's running so funnily. Oh, yes, we are, but what is the solution? Yeah, that's a good option. But there's rain. Now he just passed out. What would that mean though for his control of the area? did look like he passed out. What the... Was this like a bunch of the hearts? I didn't have time to see. Oh, it also severed his rope? That was nice block, by the way. Oh, she's ready to fight. Very determined. Come on, Bon. You're supposed to be a leader. You wanted to be the king. Let's go, guys. Phew. Eka is so sweet and so brave. Like, holy shit. I love her. Oh, they covered him. Yeah, that was definitely her in the opening there. And it was only yellow because she cut her hair. Wait, does this mean she's the only one that survived from this group? Is this what's implied? He's looking for them? But he can't find them? Well, Kahaku is alive. Okay. Dead. Oh. Oh, Miss Sarto. We didn't... Is it good that we didn't see it? Is it a blessing for us as a viewer? You are more human too, by the way, dude. You understand Fushi is upset and you're smiling, like... Have some empathy. But my job is protecting Fushi. I wonder if it helps in the battle against knockers. His knocker arm helps. That's how he survived better than the others. Kai was so sweet too. Hyra, I just feel so bad for him. Miss Sarv was also not bad. Fighting knockers. Oh no, I was thinking like, okay, at least we didn't like see that. Maybe that's good for us. So many knockers, holy shit! How like they multiply? Good job, Becca. Yeah, his arm is effective. Hmm. I think my star was already affected. She wanted to stop Kai from going because she felt like they're going to die there. And he killed Messar because Messar was already taken in by, yeah, by the knocker. Well, everything like you wanted, Bon. You wanted them to die. Who should take them? Like knockers don't like pain, but what I told I said that before, but what they do is create so much of this pain. Like I don't get the logic. Oh, this episode ended. Okay. No, it was okay. I'm fine. See, I liked all three characters. Thankfully, maybe I didn't get like too attached to them, and their death wasn't made too dramatic by the anime, and it was kind of so set up also from the beginning. Like, hey, this is the characters that are here to die, and you're like, okay, and then they're just oh they're dead by the way, right? And you're like, oh okay. And so this like of course I feel bad for them, but I'm kind of glad it wasn't that emotional, so I didn't have to cry. I feel like Kai was really sweet. I got attached to Hyra the most, and I feel like yeah, his backstory was especially so sad, and he was so sweet and pretty, and Missar was kind of mean, which I usually don't like, but he was an interesting character. Tsundere like maybe, right? And I liked his visual design a lot. But here, yeah, see, that's in the ending, that's him. But Echo is also here, which is making me think, yeah, holy shit, she's definitely dying. And yeah, and Bon-chan is also here, which is like, okay, he's probably also dying. It's like I feel like the ending is spoiling me a little bit, because okay, I know last time I said that, you know, in first season you always knew 100%, that if the person appears, they are going to die. So you kind of expect that always, but at the same time the first season made it dramatic every time. That made it gave you time to get attached to the characters, right? And then the scene itself, it was drawn out, it was dramatic, so I was like in tears. In this season, as I said, it's less certain who is going to die and who is not. And yeah, it does make it easier when you know that the character is going to die, right? I said in the first season you were kind of already preparing yourself for it, right? But in this one, I think the most dramatic moment was when I thought that Bon-chan was as executed, but as it ended on the cliffhanger, I already had that thought, okay, maybe not, right? So I wasn't too surprised when it turned out he was alive. But then knowing that these three are going to die is made me also, gave me time to prepare myself to it. But also we did get a little bit about them, but not like too much, because in the first season we really dedicated the whole arc to the person who is going to die, right? It was all like built around them, and so it felt like you are much more attached, right? In this season it's so much more chaotic, so much, many more characters, many more connections. It just feels so super different, right? And in here too, we didn't really hone in on these characters. It's like, okay, they existed, a little bit about them, now they are dead, they now Arsenal, right? But at the same time, we as a viewer know something that Fuchsia, as I remember, doesn't know, right? That he can actually revive these people, which happened to March, interestingly. But she was repeating that, like, Fu-chan, and she tried to find Fushi. So I'm thinking, the whole time she spent with him, she has probably as a spirit, right? So she saw everything, she lived through everything. We never saw the point of view of the spirits, but through Bon-chan we see that they are the spirits following Fushi. So now that she is basically revived and the wound doesn't bother her anymore, she's like just alive, what is she going to do? I'm thinking, right? And like the idea itself that was given in this season, that they can be revived, it's like, okay, it also maybe takes away a little bit of that grief, right? When you feel like, okay, in theory, in the future these people could be revived, just as I said throughout the in the episode. I was thinking about that very first nameless boy, right? That the anime could end with him coming to his senses, but also, if he also was following as a spirit, he was also seeing the world like he wanted, he was traveling the world like he wanted with Fushi. Maybe he was excited about that, even though he couldn't really interact with it that much himself, I think, even when Fushi is taking his form. But it's also nice that most of the time Fushi is in his form, and he is the one who really, like, his dream was to travel. So that's a nice touch, right? But then if he does get revived, he has all these memories probably, right? That he got as a spirit, and March also does now. So does she want to get back to Fushi and like merge back with him because she thinks it's a good idea to just go back there and be safe as a spirit? Or would she want to achieve her dream and live as herself and grow up? Or she has no choice and she has to go back to Fushi? But the girl that Fushi revived, well, she wasn't with him for any amount of time, so it's different, right? And in the end, for example, if we go with my fantastic theory, the nameless boy does wake up, he revives, he becomes alive, and he can live out his Earth's life in this new Earth that is completely protected by Fushi, that is merged with it as an orb, so to say. What is he going to? He's just going to like go and like, oh, he wouldn't have. can we also revive the dog, right? Oh, and they would go together. I'm already like dreaming about the happy ending, how they go together on that journey, and there's no danger of knockers, which is nice. I know they died without any knocker intervention. There are other dangers in the world, but I don't know, it's just a nice picture I was thinking about. Whew, okay, that was a very eventful episode, I would say. But yeah, also one more thing, like how Fushi is being affected by this. Obviously, he was always affected, but now like he is exhausted. He's also upset that his friends have died and so many people have died, and he can feel all that pain. So it's interesting to see like how are we going to go through that, because he didn't have time to rest. He had spent so much energy on preparation, then he didn't have any time to rest before the battle. Now the battle is going on for so long. As I said, when the boy was like, oh, I thought it was going to be a full out war, but the war can be so quite slow. There are some strategic things happening, there may be some waiting happening, right? It's not like all this action, 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 action. This takes some time, and Fushi has to maintain control of the area and seek out knockers and defeat them, and he has to do so much. Like, how does he just get through it? Because unlike One Piece, he can't just eat a lot of meat and be like full of energy again. So what do we do? We'll see in the next episode, but this will be it for today. So please share your thoughts without spoilers, of course, in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and see ya.